York City, New York, Knicks. If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up.
Let me hear you give it up.
This is New York City.
We back.
Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years. That's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange, and everybody starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers all going in. We back. Oh yeah, we back. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah. Let me hear you give it up. We back. New York.
Films in the building. My God, what's good?
And I salute the new Knicks. Let's get it.
Shout out to the new Knicks.
The new Knicks, salute my guy.
The new Knicks, the organic podcast.
Sounds like it's about to go down in here. Going down. New York City, NYC, Brooklyn, Staten, and the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Brooklyn, Staten, and the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks.
Que lo que, mi gente? Welcome back to the Organic Fanatics Show. Pleasure to have you guys. We're grateful for you guys being here. Brooklyn, Staten, and the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? What we want, y'all?
We want the
Knicks. That's right. Welcome back. Talk to him, fellas. I got my brother, my cousin, my family. We all here. You joining us. You are family. Talk to him, new Knicks.
Sorry that I unmute my mic because I'm over here by the bay.
That might help.
Welcome everybody to the Organics Fanatics, brought to you by the new Knicks. Yeah, I mean, here with the fam. I want to welcome y'all home. Yeah, I mean, and let's chop it up about these Knicks. I want to give a shout out to Mike, the specialist in the background, helping us out with the technical aspect of this game. So,
my guy.
Welcome everybody.
What's going on, folks? Welcome back, despite the losses. Let's see what this talk Knicks.
That's right. We're gonna get at it right now. So let's talk about our New York Knickerbockers. Right now, came from a real high. We had a couple of game winning streak. We almost defeated. We did defeat the number one offensive team, the Denver Nuggets, with a huge game. And then we had another game with the Minnesota Timberwolves. No defense, all offense. We balling. Big 57 from Randal. We took an L on that one. That was the first loss in this 3-game losing streak. We had a hard-fought game against the Miami Heat as usual. It's always a bloodbath when we fight them. They beat us 127-120. And then we had a back-to-back, which was yesterday, the last of that back-to-back, against the Orlando Magic. So the question for you guys is, before you tell me about, well, we'll get to that. What do you guys think about the current losing streak that we got going?
Well, the losing streak sucks. I hate it. we always go on this shit where we play good 4 or 5 games, then go on a 3-game losing streak. You know what I mean? It's just a repetitive cycle that we need to get over. And it all comes down with a lot of mishaps during each game. And I think, you know what I mean, the Julius meltdowns gets a little tiring on the team.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that in a
definitely
second.
sucks.
All right. And what you got, Miggy? What you think about
Yeah,
the
well,
3 games?
I told you, you know, that they were going to lose. I told you they were going to lose, that Randall was going to go off the handle, and that it was going to cost us. And now it's having an effect on the team. But I think it's just fatigue. You know, I think these guys are ready to go into the playoffs. And, you know,
Are they?
I think they might, you know, I think they're bored. They're bored of the regular season. I'm probably ready.
We ain't even 3 minutes in, bro.
Already. We got 9 more games to go. And you know, I told you that these teams that we were playing, Miami was going to be tough. You know, you guys call it a cold take, and you thought we're going to go in there and win it in Miami and Orlando. And I told you these guys are going to come back and defend their territory.
No, the cold take was you saying that we're ready for the playoffs when what the topic at hand is a 3-game losing streak to teams that we should have won against. So I don't think we're ready for the playoffs. We're not playing like it.
And we got 7 more games to go. So
these guys are tired. They're fatigued, man, and it's showing. They need the rest, and they're ready for the playoffs. They're going to be fine. These teams that they lost against are vying for a play-in, so they're going to want to play back. Orlando, we embarrassed them the last time we played, so we weren't going to come in there and win that game. Think we were going to win that game. We should have won that game against that team. Those are teams that we should have beaten, but we didn't, because those were teams that are vying for a playoff spot. We already have a playoff spot. So these guys are tired and they're bored. They need rest. And they should have played the rookies already, because look what happened. Randall's burnt out and losing it on the court because he's tired, dude. That's fatigue already. He hasn't missed a game. He's played all the games in the season.
Iron Man himself. Phil, what do you think about the losses? What are your take on it?
No, I mean, on the game with Orlando, bro. I mean, if Randall wouldn't have had the meltdown, we could have.
We'll talk about the meltdown in a second. So
but I'm saying it like the games that we should win is caused by always some other. Well, I mean, a lot of blame goes on the ref. I don't know if we talked about it.
That's another thing. That's something else.
I think the refereeing definitely. You see it all over social media. You see.
Monty Williams. Monty Williams went off from Phoenix Suns.
So it does give Randall cause to be frustrated. You know, and on top of the fact that he's probably tired mentally, physically, and mentally. He's been playing all season long.
But is that
not hitting like 30 minutes, 40 minutes a game? He's exhausted, you know, so it's wearing on him. These guys want to get into the playoff games against, you know, let's see Philly. Let's see the Milwaukee's, man. Because we got them up next now in the regular season. We still got to play the Cavs, and we still got to play Milwaukee at least one time, I believe.
So what was you saying on that, Phil? New Knicks?
I was just saying, I lost my train of thought, but.
Sorry.
Are you gonna say this team isn't playoff ready? We've beaten Boston and we've beaten Philly and we just beat the Nuggets. How you gonna say we're not ready for the playoffs?
I agree. Like, yeah,
we've lost to the losing teams. We've beaten the good teams, but we've lost to the losing teams. What does that tell you?
That tells you that we ain't ready. Not that we're not ready, but that
we're losing to the teams that are vying for a playoff spot, dog. So they're going to be a little bit more hungry than we are. Not only that, we embarrassed Miami and we embarrassed Orlando the last time, and we're last in their house, no less. And they're gonna want to come and punch us back, dude. So those guys were hungrier than we were. That's all it was, man. And these guys and the Knicks were tired. and we went
Well,
in
I
there
mean,
tired, and these guys wanted to fight, and we lost the fight. That's all it was.
all right. So if the guys are tired, shouldn't Tibbs go into the rotation with, like, when Jalen Brunson was off? We had younger guys stepping up. He should have put
That was the other thing. Jalen Brunson
Deuce.
wasn't in the game.
he could have put Deuce in. Yeah, I mean, he could have, like,
Deuce only got 6 minutes against Orlando.
Obi, he should have rested Randall. Yeah, it's the truth. Randall been playing all the games, all the minutes. Like, let him start off 3 to 5 minutes to get the team hot. Then sit him down. Let Obi play 10. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The rotation is definitely something
These are
that
teams. These are
guys,
games. I'm sorry, Phil. These are games that we've played, that we've lost, that we haven't had our point guard, dude, 100%. Okay, so now
IQ's a point
there's
guard.
nothing really to worry about.
He's talking about Jalen.
I'm talking about Jalen. We
Yeah,
haven't
but
had our guy in
if
it.
If Jalen is out, who's next in line? There's another point guard, which is IQ. So you can't say that we don't.
IQ stepped it
have a
up.
point.
IQ's had some good
He's
games.
just saying if Jalen was in the
stepping it
game, we
up.
would have won the games more than likely, the ones that we lost, if Jalen was there for the 40-something minutes.
Jalen, the way we've been winning, the way we were winning when he was active 100% in the beginning, man. He's our dog. He's our engine, man. He's not
definitely a
there. He's
difference
not
maker.
on the floor. He's our difference maker. Now we got Josh Hart. Yeah, okay. You know, he had a nice little run, you know, off the adrenaline. He's starting to cool off a little bit. Teams are starting to figure him out. You know what I mean? But he's still there. But we haven't had the team 100%. You know what I mean? To our leader out there on the floor, so that these guys aren't bugging out. He's the one who seems to keep Randall calm or cool, or keeps the pressure off of him. Randall can't handle the pressure, man. If we go into the playoff with Randall handling all the pressure, he's gonna blow it over. He's gonna blow it, dude. He's not.
We'll get to that in a second.
Off the handle, Randall. I like it.
I agree. Now
we need Brunson 100%. They try to bring him back too soon on a foot injury, man. You can't just come back. All it takes is one little angle twist, and you guys play basketball. You know how you twist your, you know how much you use your ankles and your feet. You know, he needed to be 100%. But now he's injured again and re-injured himself. He's going to be out longer, and we're going to be on this losing streak like we've been the last.
Well, this one was a hand injury. So it was, I think, in the Miami Heat game when somebody like swiped down at the ball and hurt his hand. So it's not a foot. His foot's fine. It was more of a swipe down when they hit his hand. So it was a hand injury. So it's not too critical. But
he's another one. He's another one who's been playing like until recently, since before the injury. But he was there like in almost every game. And then going hard, like his body's been taking a lot of abuse this year.
In the losses, I don't see that it was terrible in our losses. I mean, I think we played with a lot of heart against the Timberwolves. Offensively, we were clicking. So it was good. I mean, we got 134. The defense was terrible. It wasn't that much better against the Heat.
Excuse me. They were missing Cat, and they were missing Anthony, no?
Yeah, no. That's I agree. That the fact that they got to 140, that's what I'm saying. The defense wasn't good. It was no bueno. The fact that we were scoring and even let a team that doesn't have two of their basically stars not play and to rout us in that manner is bad. So that was bad. So that was one of those games. But again, it's the NBA. You're gonna have games that you're just gonna lose some. We lost that one close, even though it was bad defensively. We let nobody score, which again, that happens. That's almost like a Knicks enigma. Every time they come to the Garden, somebody shows out that's a nobody, and will probably never be anybody after that. So that was tough. But it's an L that we lost by only 6 points compared to other teams that they lose sometimes blowouts. I'll take that. The Heat, that's our arch nemesis, our rival for sure. So we got beat out there. The Magic one was tough. I think we fought back, though. I mean, I was in the game. That's when I was there live. We fought back a couple of times. We were down 16. We fought back. But as you were saying...
You talking about the Orlando game?
Yeah, the Orlando. And I'm going into the Orlando game because the other ones we spoke about in our other podcast, the Heat game was close. We should have won that Heat game. I mean, if we're going to be honest, we should have won that Heat game. with the
But
Jimmy Butler
like you said,
travel.
it was the Refs. They're playing in
I'm
Miami. They're
telling you,
gonna
the
get the
refs
call. And all
were
that bullshit
horrible, and
politics.
Yeah,
a
the
lot of
refs are
these
killing the league
games.
this season. Good.
Yeah, all throughout, everybody's complaining. It's news.
I mean, even
Hopefully, something gets done.
Monty Williams went on record, the coach for the Phoenix Suns, and he said that he can't believe they just played the Lakers, and the Lakers shot 46 free throws, and they only shot 20 something. So no team's ever shot 46 free throws in one game. That one sided, it's crazy.
Politics.
So
They're politicking.
I mean, so that's so you're saying. So it's not just us; it's a lot of teams. Randall does have to find his woosah and get in control because it's not going to get any better in the playoffs. It's definitely not. But I understand what he was going through. I think it's blown up. Oh, I'll let y'all say. What do you guys think about the outburst before the half with Randall?
Well,
ahead,
I
New York.
mean, you always see it around this time of the season.
Pressure's up.
I,
Pressure bust
like
pipes.
I think it's due to the fact, like Mike said, that he's overexhausted. Last year, I think he was the number one player with. I think he had like 400 minutes over the most paid player, something to that fact. You know,
He's up.
he definitely it's on Tibbs to learn how to orchestrate the timing and to give the others a chance. Yeah, I mean, because when it comes to playoff time and these guys aren't getting enough minutes, like we can't start practicing this on playoffs, you know? So I think Tibbs got to tighten up a little bit. The meltdown, him popping off on quickly, like Randall, like Mike said, off the handle Randall is too much to deal with. And like you just recently said, if this is a regular season, imagine when it's the playoffs. These refs, you can't play for the refs. You gotta just play to play. You know what I mean? You can't like they I think LeBron set it off with all this complaining to the refs and all this stuff. It's like it's ridiculous, bro.
What are your thoughts, Miguel, on
I'm looking at the box score. I'm looking at the Orlando. It was
111,
that was in the
106.
Orlando game. Okay, as far as the Randall thing, I saw like a clip. I didn't get to watch the game live. So then he was a quick IQ ran up to him and tried to get him off the ref. You know, nobody's talking about how, then he turned around and like whatever got on IQ, and what little dynamic went there. But I think number one, it showed IQ's role as a leader, trying to take control of the situation and confronting Randall, the bigger guy, the quote unquote captain, and trying to control the situation. And, it's like almost the incident like last year when he slapped the laptop off the coach's hand. And then that little incident now with Randall, it's almost like there's always something every year.
Yeah, but he did it. He did it last year with Fournier, and like you can't just keep snapping.
Yeah,
on
he
your
did
players.
that too. He does that. But those guys, but then they worked it out.
No. He went back and apologized to Fournier, and everything was cool. But I mean, how is a younger player
He's
just
a better
came
leader.
into the game 2 years, telling a veteran of 7 or 8 years, 28 years old,
because as a point guard, if he was like the lead, if he was a starter point guard, that's what you would do. You would try to go and control the situation.
I understand. No. You're absolutely right on that. But I'm saying Randall the roles should be reversed. It usually the younger kid snapping off and the veteran checking. Come on, bro. Like,
yeah,
he's too emotional. He's what was it? Emotional
damage.
That's what Randall has. He's emotional damage Randall. What can you say? I mean, you're playing for New York. I don't understand this. You could play for New York where the media and everybody, the fans are like, you just saw what you came through from last year. You understand what I'm saying? You see what you just came through, and then you're gonna do great all year, and then start fucking it up. Right towards the end, right towards the peak, right when we're trying to. I mean, yeah, we're in playoff position, but bro, nobody's comfortable with fifth. Like we trying to move up and elevate every year, every game. It's like Tibbs doesn't play to lose. People don't play to lose, so it's just a little snowball effect that either we bring out the blowtorch and burn the fucking snowball before that bitch get bigger, or I don't know.
All right. I'm gonna give my opinion, my take on, and maybe I'm an optimist. Maybe I look at a different glass as always full, never half. But I understand. I definitely understand the outburst. I saw it up close and personal. It's not something you want to do. Um, I think he has taken on responsibility. He has learned his lesson from last year. Does an alcoholic quit once they quit? That's it. They're off the bottle. There's steps. I think there's still some progression for him. He still has some damage, but from what I saw, and I don't appreciate him yelling at IQ. I'm pretty sure when they had that team dinner, they had some kind of conversation. We'll never know because we're not there with them. But what I saw, what I think, with my
Did they have a team dinner?
A couple of months ago they did. Not recent. So I'm not throwing it out there that they did yesterday or anything. This was months back that they had a talk, and that's when I think when we were losing, and that's when we went on that big win streak. Randal himself had I think it was a little bit big for tension between him and the team and the young players, and he took them to dinner, and then that's when we started going on our winning streaks. But what I saw yesterday, I think, is because this season's been retarded as far as refereeing, terrible calls. Randal and RJ Barrett are probably one of the most disrespected players when it comes to that. RJ almost never gets calls. Randal almost never gets calls, even though he goes to the line, but he gets hacked a lot. And then what they've told him is that because you're so big or strong, it doesn't affect your shot, which that's not the way the rule is made. The rule is not made if you're strong, you're good to go. Just like, oh, Shaq, you're strong. The hack is Shaq. You should be able to suck it up and deal with it. That's not the way it works. So what I think he was doing was trying to set an expectation for the refs and letting them know how he felt. And if you look at when he's been talking to the refs, he's been somewhat composed. It's not like he was last year where he was just going off and cursing and everybody. He looked like he was going directly to him to make a point, under control. I didn't see no F-bombs or anything that he was derogative in any way. Even when he was with the Heat, he was talking to the ref. He didn't say anything like getting in their face and acting up, that they just still teed him up. But I think he was trying to talk to him and say his point. And when you have a younger player come up, as what you said, Miguel, try to control him, and it shows him out and made him look just like what we're talking about. It made him look a certain way. You understand? When he's trying to, when you go up to him, and even if he's upset with the ref, you got to let him work that out with the ref. And when all your team gangs up and goes to him, it makes him look like he's going to lose his composure and lose himself. And the ref's going to be like, oh, I'm going to get jumped.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with your viewpoint. I definitely see it like, But
then what you're saying is that the players
just as he's as emotional, these refs, bro, like some of them get extra envelopes in their locker room, bro. So you gotta come with this in mind, and that's where it goes to the point. I say, bro, when you play basketball, you play basketball. You don't play for the refs.
You gotta play on.
You know what I mean? You get, bro, just like quickly when he first started. He was getting really good at creating fouls. You know what I mean? And then they started catching up to it and quickly go to the refs and laugh with them, bump them like, yo, come on. Or tell me what I did wrong. Or you know what I mean? Or, bro, you didn't see that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to tap dance for them. You know what I mean? But at the same time, bro, it's better to have them on a happier side of you than them feeling that you barking on them all the time. I was watching SNY today with CP and Julito and Ian Bagley, and it's like Julito said, like, bro, you haven't seen this much emotion since Rodman. Like,
Saying there's some emotional players. Like he was saying there's emotional players like Rodman.
Come on. But like he said, Rodman bring 3 chips. You know what I mean? You're not you haven't put in enough work. You know what I mean? You're not LeBron. You're not, you know what I mean? So
I hear you on that. But they're
the refs like you're that guy. You're not him yet. You're not him yet. Yeah, you big, strong, you 2 All-Stars back to back. That's great. But you not that to be in these refs' face like that, bro. You gotta be a Kobe. Like you gotta be a winner, bro. You gotta have at least 1 ring to approach these refs.
I get it, but at the same time, the era that they played in was a different. You can throw an elbow, you can push, you can put our '90s Knicks was a different era. The refs were different back then. The ones that are here now is ticky-tack fouls, and even then, it's inconsistent. That's the issue, the inconsistency of the calls. So, because I was at the game, and Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner they literally just bumped into the chest, and they were getting the calls. Literally, like, it was just a little bump.
It's going to happen. You're going to...
But wait. There was some plays that Randall had 3 guys on him, and the way he really went off was Frank Wagner bumped into him, knocked him down on the floor, and because it's halftime, this is how they make up their special rules. They don't stick to the actual rule. Because it's going to be halftime, they're not going to give him the play. When he got knocked down, it clearly was a foul. He clearly went for the shot, and they should have put him on the line. And that's what we were saying. Like, if you're going to be consistent, and then you got a young player, a rookie, who's over here got his hand on the small of your back. That's what you do to your girl. You know what I'm saying? When you're dancing or you're trying to push your girl, you put it in the small of her back, right above the butt, and you move her. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he was trying to do. And I get the point, you're trying to save him from himself. But when he said, we all been mad. Everybody's been mad to a point, and you like, and then someone comes up to you, be like, yo, leave me alone. When someone's that high, you just walk away, bro. Especially this is a repeat offender. This is not the first time, and everybody's like, oh, he's a repeat offender. He slapped a laptop out of somebody. He shoved Evan Fournier's hand out. I'm probably going to get snuffed if I keep this up with this dude. Like, you have to see the signs. And he told him, leave, back up. And then he still kept doing it, and then that's when he got in his face. Now you're not respecting what I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think the beef was. And I think he was explaining. It wasn't so much that he was trying to fight with the rest, but like, yo, sometimes you got to let them know, like, yo, you guys aren't calling it even. And I think that's where the outburst came out. I don't think it's what New York Knicks media and some of the fan bases here. Same old Randall. That's it. We should trade him. Get rid of him.
But bro, you let Tibbs do that. You let Tibbs do that.
Do what?
The Tibbs is right there, right next to the refs. Let Tibbs do the barking. Tibbs is.
But he's an emotional player. He's emotional, bro. He's emotional, bro.
Tibbs does complain and get in the ref's face. You see that?
Argues all game.
He argues all day, and he stands up for his teams all day. There's so much you can do. But you got rookie refs now coming in, because you have a lot of them who have retired, who have been refereeing in the game a long time, for decades, who are retiring now, who are leaving because of illness, COVID. And you got these newer ones coming in. You see more females coming in. You see a lot of new faces in the last 2 years. And it's frustrating. You see Thibs argue with the female coaches.
Inexperience. It's just inexperienced refs.
Their inexperience and so you have to deal with it. All right. So then maybe Randall does have cause to argue. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of rookies. It's a combination of that. Then they're getting the home calls. They're probably getting some. But I think sometimes they get, they do get good calls back though. The Knicks. It depends. You know what I mean? You got a lot. You got more rookie refs out there. You're gonna see a lot more mistakes. So that's gonna take time. That's gonna even itself out.
But to the new Knicks point, like it's the game. This is what you do for a living. The refs are on that ish. You just gotta play ball. When you do have blowups, regardless whether you're right, you're wrong, whatever
He's
the
not the
point
only
is.
one complaining about these
He's
reps.
not.
So he's
But
just
for
the
Knicks,
the emotional one.
okay, and for the Knicks, it's more detrimental for us. It
The whole-
affects us the
the-
most.
The
Yo.
whole NBA is complaining, bro.
But
I mean,
nobody's losing
all
their
right. So the
composure
NBA,
like him.
yeah, that's
can
a
we
fact.
talk
No.
about? Can we talk about the rest of the Knicks? That what they did in Orlando that night.
Oh, we are. You know,
Can
this
we
is
talk
what
about
this is the
IQ
hot
played
button.
41 minutes.
All right, let's
Whatever.
go to it. So now,
IQ
any last points on this before any last points?
and
Any
got
last points you want to talk
25.
about that? Hold on, this guy, this Mr. Statmatic boy.
I want to talk about
Right.
Quentin Grimes getting his 25 points.
Yo, go ahead. Go talk about your 25 points.
What about IQ and Quentin Grimes?
You wanted to talk to him? Go.
They got. There you go. Quentin Grimes played 38 minutes, got 25 points, got 5 rebounds, got 6 assists, 3 steals.
That's your boy right there.
What do you think about
that's
that?
the Grimes that has been missing.
Yeah, yo, Grimes watched the show. He heard the call out the last game that we did. We called him out the last game. We needed a dub. We called him out, and we got love from him, and he showed up. My guy showed up. He had 5 for 5 for 3-pointers, 25 points. He had rebounds, assists. He hit his open shots. He drove. All the stuff he was trying to do, he was just missing.
50% from the 3.
Yeah, I think Obi went on. I think Obi went on the Organics Fanatics show page on IG. I saw he's been keeping his eye out.
Shout out to Obadiah Toppin.
Shout out to Obi. Obi played.
So I think they watched the video and he talked to Grimes, send them that clip. He
was like, "Yo, the Organic Fanatics, they know what they're talking about."
Obi played 12 minutes, got 5 points, 2
12
rebounds.
Is not enough. 12 is not enough for Obi. He needs 15. He needs 15. That's just my opinion.
Got his 2 blocks. Got his 2 blocks in there,
which is good. He needs a little more time, and that's what we're talking about. In this losing streak and these last 10 games we've been talking about, we're talking about the others. I told you I didn't care about winning. I really didn't care about the W's. As long as we stay in the 5th, contention for the 5th, I'm good with that, which has been good because Brooklyn lost 4 out of 5. They lost again to Cleveland, so 2 times. So that's the other thing. IQ has been balling. I would like to see IQ
play that. IQ got his 41 minutes, got his 25 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists,
42 minutes was
3
too much.
steals.
Too much. That's way too much for IQ.
7 assists.
Way too much for IQ. IQ.
Wait.
7 assists. He got 7 good assists. He got
how many minutes?
42 minutes. 42 minutes.
Play 42 minutes.
You could get him. You could get him down. You could get him down
35.
to at least 32, and let Deuce come in and play. Like when we play against these hard, tough guards, bro, I don't see why Tibbs don't see Deuce not starting, but at least getting some heavy minutes. So that look what he did at Dame. Yeah, I mean,
he sees him. He's in the rotation, but at which IQ started cold yesterday in the game against the Magic. He started cold. Deuce came in, I want to say, within a few minutes. So Deuce went in there, and Deuce played good. He found Hartenstein on an assist. He missed a 3, but he made the right move. So he was doing good. He started shutting down Markelle Fultz. So he's doing good. He just needs more minutes, man. At least 10. At least 10 minutes, man. If you can get him 10 minutes, especially if Jalen Brunson is out. Jalen Brunson ain't playing. You can't burn out IQ, as you were talking about, Mike. All the minutes, they playing heavy minutes. IQ played really good. He started heating up in the second. I think his first points was close to the end of the second half. The second quarter.
I think it seems to me that he wants the minutes. He wants to prove himself. He should be a starting point guard.
As anybody in the NBA. If it's me, I want to start the entire game.
In particular, he's vying for 6th man of the year. He's vying for a starter position. He
started yesterday.
And also, he's capable, and he has the capability and the stamina to play those long minutes.
Okay,
he played 52 minutes one night. He's playing 40 minutes, 30 minutes a night. He's getting a lot of minutes.
But isn't that going against your logic?
Double what he did last year. He's doing great.
Isn't that going against your logic? Weren't you the one that
said
said
that? Going against my logic. What do you mean?
You said that they should play less minutes, that the coach should rest them, right? Like Jalen Brunson and
I said for him,
for
he
who?
has the stamina, he has the endurance and the
And Randall doesn't. Randall played 82. He
He
played the
does.
close.
He played 52 minutes. Who else is playing 52 minutes?
Randall could. Randall can.
You think Randall could do that
He can.
more than Quickly?
He did it all last year, the entire year, and he's doing it this year. So he can do it, which goes against your logic. And I'm not saying you're wrong.
Mike,
I'm not saying you're wrong with the IQ part.
Mike, I just said that last year, Randall had over 200, 300, 400 minutes over the top player.
The next best player, he was over 200 minutes over that player.
I mean, Randall could hold the heat.
And to your point, Miguel, is that they shouldn't. Yes, they could, but at some point you're going to burn them out. Could Rose do it? Yes, he could until he blew out his knees, right? And if we're trying to get ready for the playoffs, to your point, you want to start resting some. If Jalen Brunson's out, he's not going to play the whole game, and IQ's already starting. So it's not like he's fighting for starting minutes. He's literally the starter. At some point, you can give Deuce, who's supposed to back him up, give him more minutes, 10, 12 minutes. 12 minutes is not a lot. You don't have to play, especially on a back-to-back. We just played Miami Heat the night before, where IQ started. IQ didn't have to play 42 the next game. That was a 24-hour period. That's where you would want to put Deuce a couple of more minutes. You know, Grimes benefited with that. Obi could have benefited from that. You know, so I don't know. To that point, the loss was good. I saw the game. We had 2 comebacks, which I thought were good. We made a run. We were down 16. We fought back. We got close into it. Magic made big shots. I got to give it to them. I told you they're young, up and coming. Everybody on their team is 6'9" or better. Franz Wagner. And even though R.J. Barrett, which had 10 points, people say it's a bad game, he was lined up against Franz Wagner. He's 6'9", 6'10", this guy, and he's a baller. So you got a dude that's probably one of the tallest players you usually see it that you play against, and he was matched up with him the whole night. So, I mean, he's taller, so he deflected some passes. You know, he defended him very well. So he's going to have R.J. Barrett on off night. But, again, R.J. defended him pretty well, too. He only had 16 points. You know, and he's normally 20, 25 points. So R.J. did his job also. So it was a challenging night. We were off. We started slow. We started getting in gear. Considering how us fighting back, the media's taking the one little thing that happened and making it a sensation, the outburst.
No, it was definitely a good game. It was definitely a good game, and they did fight back. I like the fight back. You know what I mean? And, you know, I thought they were going to let that score carry away and let it get out of hand, but they handled it. You know, they played hard. It was just, you know, Orlando's been beating a lot of top teams. Like, there's nothing you could say. Hats off to Orlando.
They've been playing very well. You can't sleep on any team, man. They beat the Clippers full staff. They've won a couple of really good teams. And a lot of the games that they've played, they've been in the games. Like, they've lost a lot of games by 5, just under 10 points, man. That they've been in the game, but their inexperience in learning how to close games has hurt them. But, I mean, they got a lot of great talent out there. Paolo Banchero, the number 1 draft pick, who's probably going to be Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. They should easily be the Rookie of the Year. They had good thing. I do like their minute distribution, how they had it. Paolo Banchero was the highest player minute-wise for Orlando. He played 34 minutes, got 21 points. Franz Wagner played 32 minutes, had 16 points. Wendell Carter, 31 minutes, 16 points. Markel Fultz, 34 minutes, 10 points. Harris, 27 minutes. So their minute distribution is good. Everybody got minimum 14 minutes. Everybody. So, I mean, I thought that even Mo Wagner, who's not that great, he got 17 minutes. If we could do minute distribution like that, I think we would be a more deeper team. I think the highest 34 minutes, of which I think we said that since the beginning of the season. If you can get Randall to 34 minutes, give Obi 16, 17 minutes, I think that'll make our team a whole lot better, a whole lot deeper, because we got a deep team. We're just not utilizing all our tools.
All right. Hey, in the Orlando game, what would didn't we have all our starters in double digits?
Randall played 36 minutes, had 23 points. RJ was double digits, but on the lower end. He had 10 points, 3 assists. He had assists, though, so he was doing other stuff to get involved in the game. Mitchell Robinson, 31 minutes. Guess how many points he had?
How much?
2 points. 12 rebounds, 2 points. Again, facilitation. That's he got 12 rebounds, passed it to everybody else. Nobody passed it back. All right. Then you got quickly 40.
The big man. Reward the big man. Yo, this goes out to Brunson. This goes out to IQ, Randall, anybody with the ball. Bro, can y'all look for my man Mitch? Could you just like wipe the crust out your eyes? See who's on the drive.
Yo, triple-double IQ, where you at? We need triple-double IQ back. That's the dude that I like. That dude, a triple-double IQ will slam dunk the sixth man of the year with no problem.
Bro, triple-double IQ was feeding oops to Mitch and Obi flawlessly.
All day. Triple-double. I was doing it effortlessly. You can't tell me you know how to get triple-doubles and then you get 1 assist, 2 assists. I don't know. I mean, he had 7 yesterday, so I ain't gonna front. He had 27. I mean, he had 7 and 25, but you could definitely get triple doubles. It's in you. Josh Hart had 29 minutes played and had 7 points. That's a lot of minutes, man. Hartenstein had 16, Obi Toppin had 12, and McBride 6. The only people who were double digits. So Josh Hart was not in double digits. Hartenstein was not in double digits. Mitch was not in double digits, Obi Toppin or McBride. So only the major players for the most part. IQ had a big game. Grimes had a big game. And that's our bench player. So basically, if Brunson would have been playing and they produced that, our bench would have scored north of 70 points, which would have been great. But we're missing Brunson pretty bad. That shows last night's outburst with Randall shows the importance of Jalen Brunson altogether. It shows how the difference is when he's in the game and when he's not in the game. So we got 7 games left. What are you guys' thoughts on these last 7 games? What do you see that we need to turn around and get back on a winning streak?
Well, I mean, I think if Tibbs can start go back to your point and start distributing the timing a little more equally and getting our guys that we're going to need for the playoffs rest before the playoffs happen and more injuries, God forbid, or anything like that happens. So I think if we do that, they start playing with more of a fast pace, up tempo.
Yeah, you've been calling for that.
Sharing the ball, then I think we'll be good. But let's see what's the next 3 games that we have.
So right now we have 3 days off. So they're off today, they're off Saturday, they're off Sunday, and then we play Monday at the Garden. So they're resting because they're going to be at home. So they're going to be at the crib. They're going to be chilling. They can get their massage, whatever they got to do. And then we got the Houston Rockets, which we're not going to say it because every time we said it, took an L. It should be a winnable game. They are one of the worst teams statistically in the NBA. They're a bunch of young cats. They're hungry, though. Green is a great baller. They got Parker. They got some great talent over there, some good young talent. But I don't think they're ready as far as winning a game. So we have them on Monday, and guess who we have on Wednesday? The Miami Heat once again. That's a big game, too, against the Heat because we won the first 2 games against the Heat. The Heat won this last one. If they win that game, we're tied. And when it comes to the playoffs, that's up in the air. So we definitely want to have the win on them so we can have home court advantage against them. And then after the Heat on Wednesday, that Friday, so every other game, we got Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we got a game. Monday against the Rockets at the Garden. Then we play the Heat. I believe that's at the Garden also. And then we have the Cavaliers. So the Wednesday and Friday game are big games. Big games. Those are the next 3 games we got there. Mike, how do you think we're going to do against the Houston Rockets on Monday? And do you think these 3 days off are going to help us?
Yeah, we're gonna do good.
Well, I mean, I need you to keep all those words you're saying. Keep them to your. I mean, you're spilling the words. Just that's it. That's all you got.
Yeah, we're gonna do good.
You care to elaborate on that just a little bit? No. All right. Good. All right. So we're gonna do good against. Look, I can't tell you what you think the score is gonna be. Your normal jinx. All right. So Houston should be a W. How do you think we're going to fare off with the Heat? Do you think that's going to be another close game? Do you think we got a good chance to take a W?
We should beat them.
And I think that's kind of where the mindset is, that we're going to basically be resting Brunson a little bit, what we've been trying to rest here for the big upcoming games. So I think they thought that we're going to be resting. I think they thought by resting Brunson on the Orlando game that we would have closed that game out, and the fact that we didn't was kind of a downer. So hopefully they can rest them again and see what we can do against the Rockets. I think they're a young team, so I think Deuce can play an intricate role there, starting IQ again, get back on the grind, and hopefully, as you were talking about, Josh Hart, hopefully he can break out of that. I want to say a slump, but he's definitely in single digits of scoring, so I think that's going to make a difference on there. I think we can win 2 out of those 3 for sure. 2 out of 3 is going to be tough, but we need to go 3 for 3 on there. We have to beat the Heat. That has big implications. And the Cavs, that's good. That's literally going to be our matchup for playoffs. So that's going to be a chess game there. So those are games that we need to be winning. I think we lost Munich. You back?
Yo, you can hear me?
I can hear you now. You good?
Yeah.
You're breaking out. It sounds like you was DJing there. I don't know if you're walking or you're in back to. Good? All right, we'll come back once he gets his.
Yeah.
Okay. You're breaking up a little bit. All right. Miguel, what you.
My connection's bad.
All right, there you go. No, you're good there. So we were talking about the next 3 games, which is the Rockets, the Heat Wednesday, and Cavaliers, and those are 3 big games that we gotta have. I mean, we gotta beat the Heat, and we gotta play Cavaliers, because that's who we're gonna play in the playoffs. What are your thoughts?
Well,
on
I think we should beat the Heat. Yeah, we should beat the Heat. I don't know how we got a 3-game weekend. Yeah. Hey, my connection's.
All right, so we'll get back to you. So, all right, we'll get back with the new Nick. So he's calling for hopefully a 3-game winning streak. So we're going to be closing this off soon. But any final thoughts, Miguel, on the Rockets, Heat, or Cavaliers upcoming games?
Yeah, everybody should be rested, and things should be back to normal.
So you think
we'll be all right.
3 days will help? You think the 3 days are going to help?
Yeah, I just said that.
Ooh, sassy. So do you think Jalen Brunson's going to play in all 3 games?
I don't know. I don't know how his foot is. If his foot's better, he'll play. If it's not, he won't play.
Thanks, Captain. Nah, it's his hand, though. But his hand is what's injured. It's not his feet. His feet are good. We're going to need him definitely for the Heat, and we're going to need him definitely for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers played
He'll
big.
be all right.
They beat Brooklyn 2 times. The last one, they beat Brooklyn almost overtime, but they had a real close game, last minute, crazy shot. So Brooklyn's been playing. Brooklyn, even though they've lost, I want to say 5 games out of the last 6, they've been pushing people to the limit. So that's all I got for that. Anything else? Any final thoughts on the last? What you guys got? Yeah, my brother froze, but I think we got a great opportunity with these last 3 days rest. I think hopefully we'll have a team meeting where they can address Randall's outburst. I don't think again it was that big. I think he was really trying to put his point to the media, to the refs, and trying to get that under control. And I don't think he felt. I think he thought that Grimes coming to his aid and IQ made it look worse than what it really was, and that made him look in a certain light that he didn't want to appear to be in. Bring it back to last year and what do you know? That's all we're talking about for this year. So off the handle, Randall is the mantra. But again, when someone's going through mental issues or if they're an alcoholic, they're recovering. He's in a recovery state right now. He's recovering from and making
He's saying he's got mental.
He had all.
We're not implying that he's an alcoholic or that he's got mental problems.
I'm not saying that. I'm comparing him as what he's dealing with. It's a mental issue. And anybody who has any kind of issues, whether it's alcoholism, whether it's a drug problem, whether it's anger issues, it's something that reoccurs and flares up. So it's something that can come back and anything can trigger it. You know what I mean? And that doesn't
I think he may have cause. These refs are rookie refs. He may have cause, and he's putting his foot down, and he's letting it be known. And it's an issue. It's not only with him. It's an issue throughout the NBA.
Yeah,
and
but
he may be, for all we know, be standing up for other players who get these bad calls by these refs. They have to get better at making calls. Not that the rookie refs are going to make a lot of mistakes, but this is costing us games. These are games we could have won. We lost the last game by 5 points.
All
right, it wasn't that much. We lost it by.
Could I read a tweet from Nick's Muse?
Go ahead.
It says Julius Randle after the technical foul. I can't put my teammates in that situation, and that was selfish of me. I got to do better. Sometimes my emotions get the best of me, but that's just kind of what comes with it. But this was back in December, so I mean.
Even with that, that's letting you know right there that he can't put his teammates on there. It's in the back of his mind. But when someone has an outburst or they go through that, it's hard to reel yourself back in when you're triggered or you go off. There's some people who just can't. Once that time bomb goes off, you can't. You throw a grenade. It's hard to put a grenade back together once it goes off. You know what I mean? Or the pin. So that's something that he's working on.
Maybe it's the pressure of him having to carry the team to win.
Bro, stop. Listen, I don't like all these excuses. That's why Jalen Brunson was bringing in here. That's why we've been on a winning streak. He does not have that much pressure. He just need to stop eating fruit salads with his dinner and stop getting emotional with it. Like, come on, bro. Like, I agree that the refs is all that, but come on. Leon Rose, the front office, is doing everything in their power to help you win, bro. Like, like everything, like it's a cycle, bro. Everything is repetitive. He does good, then he comes back with this shit. Like,
but let's hold on. I hear that
things change.
I hear that, but what are we all talking about? Everybody's crying and complaining about him. That it's old Randall. He's off the handle. Randall. He's losing. But what happened? That happened at halftime. Am I right? Right before they went at halftime, and in the second half, he balled. Did he not come back even after that? And IQ, they came back and got in the game. So it's not like because he lost, he went off the handle that they lost the game. It's not like how it was at the end of the game or he threw the ball. Yeah, he came back and played. He came back and played.
Yeah, I agree, but you can't have your teammates on eggshells. Like, oh, when's he gonna explode? Is he gonna pop off on me? Bro, niggas don't want to deal with that.
But
shit,
okay, so nobody was dealing that with the person you bring up with Rodman. They didn't know what to do with Rodman. They had to let him go to Vegas.
Rodman was a winner, bro. Yeah, he
but,
was.
Okay,
bro,
but he always won. He always won.
Rodman only did one thing.
Oh,
Rodman
come on, yo. One thing, bro. One thing. He was wilding when he was in Detroit, and they didn't win nothing until later on. He was crazy before. He was crazy beforehand. It took him a while to win. He wasn't always a winner. It took when he won. He was with MJ. If he wasn't with MJ, He was looking at wild out outbursts. That's
Man,
why.
look, when Rodman was in the games, he was grabbing boards. He was doing. He
So
probably
Randall
had
didn't
40
score
rebounds,
25.
bro.
Randall's not an all-star level. Randall's not an all NBA. What he's doing now? So he doesn't get an excuse. What excuse can he have to have an outburst from what he had? He's playing. He's an all-star. He's a possible all NBA. He's got his team in the playoffs.
All right, but at some point in time, you have to grow, bro. You have to grow. You have to.
It's rehabilitation. People go through. It's not. There's no pill that you can just pop in.
So if this was rehab, what step is he in?
He's in step 2 in a 12-step program. He's in 2.
The nigga just got off the
this
bottom.
is year 2. This is year 2.
Can I? I don't want to change the subject,
but
I'm looking at our standing, right? I'm looking at our in our the conference league and division. I'm looking at something real quick, right? So I'm looking at our standing in the division, right? 1 through 4. Boston's first, Philly's second, Knicks are third, and right behind us are the Nets, because you guys were talking about the Nets earlier, right?
Yep.
So if we lose, and that would make us, we would have the same amount of losses as the Nets. We would become 42. If we lose, I'm trying to not say we're going to lose or anything like that. But then would that tie us with the Nets?
We're actually a couple of games. We're actually a couple of games ahead.
We're only 2 games ahead. We're only 2 games ahead.
No, we're 2 games ahead of the Heat.
So I'm talking about the Heat. So that means if we lose the Heat, the Houston and the Miami game, that'll tie us with the Nets.
That could. So that's why these games are important. And we have 7 games left. So we have to stay at least in 5th, because if whoever gets a 5th plays Cavaliers. Unless I don't think the Cavs are dropping any, because they're about 5 games ahead of us. So even if they've lost 5 out of the 7, we'd have to win at least all 7 to be close or to pass Cleveland. So we'd have to win all 7 games to either be equal or pass Cleveland, which that's going to be a tough feat. Not saying it's impossible, but it's tough.
That's the man.
And then so
then look at the 7 games that we got to play. Which other 7 games?
Yeah, but even if we get 4th though, we're going to play Cavs anyway. So that's what I'm saying. As far as the winning isn't too important, because we want to for sure be in 5th. Because no matter what, we're going to play Cleveland Cavaliers. That's going to be our matchup as long as we stay there. If we drop down to 6th with the Heat, or 7th, which it's like within a game, if we drop to that, then we're playing the Milwaukee's. Then we're playing the Boston Celtics. Not saying we can't beat them or anything like that, but why not make it a more easier road? And Cavs are not. That's going to be a series. I think every game we play, whether it's the Cavs, Boston, I think we're talking about 6-7 games. I don't see any of them that we're going to sweep. So it's going to be a tough. We're looking to, if we can make a second round, would be a success. I mean, we're in the playoffs. We're already overachieving where we're at now. So if we can get past the second round, that's going to be a great thing for Randall. That's what people are looking to hold the standard that New Knicks was talking about. You got to win something. It's going to take a while. Melo only won 2 series, and he's a legend in New York. He took us to the playoffs and went to past the first round once, if I'm not mistaken. I think 2 times, but he went to the second round once with us, or just in the front, So, and he's a legend. It takes a little time, man. I'm still siding with Randall. I understand the outburst, and I agree. You never want to shout at a teammate that way. So he definitely has to do better on that aspect. But the teammates have to know their guy too. If he gets kicked out, let him get kicked out. That's up to him. Let him own up to that. If he's gonna wild out on the ref, let him wild out on the ref. He said leave me alone, so I'm gonna leave you alone. You got kicked out, Obi, you're up. 49 minutes for Obi. That's it. That's it. And people
wait a minute. There's a big break. There's a big break between the Miami and the Pacers game, because we play the Rockets, then we'll play Miami on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Then we don't play again
on Friday. We play Friday against Cleveland. We play Friday, Cleveland. It's the same week.
Oh, there it is. Oh, wait. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so I mean, it's every other game, so it's not a back-to-back.
But then So then we would play Friday, right?
Yeah, so we
And
play
then we
Monday,
would
Wednesday,
rest
and Friday.
all the way till Wednesday, right? When's the next game after that? Wednesday.
So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday we got Houston. Wednesday we got the Heat. Friday we got Cleveland.
Oh, I don't see it. I don't see anything on my thing on NBA app. Monday. I don't see no next game. No games or events scheduled.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. So March
Monday.
27th, which is Monday, is the Rockets, 7:30 p.m. Heat
Right.
versus Knicks.
I'm
Wednesday,
talking about March.
29th. March 29th is the Heat, which is Wednesday. And then March
Yeah.
31st
Yeah.
is Knicks versus Cavaliers. Then after that, April 2nd, we have the Wizards, which is on a Sunday at 6 p.m. So look, it's not a matinee. We have
Oh, I'm
the
not
Wizards.
seeing that. Where's that? That's in New York.
Let me see.
Where's that game?
Mike, you using that Chinese website again?
What was that? What was
it says
that
Wizards. It says Wizards at Knicks. So that looks like it's gonna be at the Garden.
Okay.
And then we got the Pacers.
I don't think
Pelicans.
I don't think they have the schedule.
Yeah, we got a tough schedule, man. Because we got Heat. The last easy game is Houston, and then after that we got the Heat. We got Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm.
We got Wizards who are fighting for the play-in, so they're fighting. Then we got the Pacers.
Yep.
And then we got
That's what I'm
Pelicans.
trying to say.
And then the Pacers is again our last game. So those are gonna be. It's gonna be a tough fight to the finish. They all have playoff implications, and ranking implications too. So Cleveland did us a favor by beating Brooklyn 2 times. Brooklyn lost 5 out of 6 games, so that's helping us to a certain extent. But
those are conference games. Those are division games.
Yeah. But
they're gonna play it tough.
We can't lose to the Heat because that's gonna give us that'll give us the advantage, and we'll have home court whenever we match up with them. And if the Heat stay down there in the 8th position, they would be fighting, or 7th. If they play the 8th, I believe 8th or 7th position, they play Milwaukee or whoever's first, which I think is gonna be Milwaukee. And they match up very well with Milwaukee. So I would rather the Heat play Milwaukee in 8th. I would like to see them in 8th or 7th or even Boston. So I would like for them and Brooklyn to face these guys and make it tough for them, and then an easier path for us.
The other question is how many of those games are away that we're playing?
The Rockets one is at the Garden. I know that for sure. I'll tell you that right now. The Heat one is at the Garden. So both of those at the Garden. That's gonna because we played Miami at their.
And our series with the Heat.
Phil, your Chinese phone is breaking up. Talking to the mic.
I am.
All right. So
get off that Bluetooth.
I said, what's the series at?
For 2-1 versus Miami. So we're up 2-1 against Miami. So this is going to be our final matchup with them on Wednesday. But if they win, then we're 2-2. That means we're tied. So if we see them in a playoff, I think they have advantage of it in the conference. So, I don't know how that goes after that, but it doesn't make it easier. We want to have the definitive win over them so we can be controlling the series. We'd have home court advantage. Cleveland, we play Cleveland at Cleveland. So the next 2 games are going to be at the Garden. Rockets and Heat is at the Garden. And then we play Cavaliers on Friday at Cleveland. So we play at their home. And last time we played them, Jarrett Allen didn't play, but he's back. That's their defensive anchor. So that's going to be interesting. Wizards, that's against Porzingis. That's going to be a tough game. Beal's back, so that's going to be another tough game. And then Indiana, I think they're at full strength too. So that's going to be the only one.
Those are going to be tough games right there, man.
Pelicans might. I think both their top players for the Pelicans are out. Again, we can't sleep because obviously we learned a lesson this week, getting spanked, thinking that because the 2 stars are out, that we could just chill. So we got to fight all the way to the end.
Their center plays us good.
Who's that?
I forget who the center.
Indiana.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Pels.
Oh yeah. For the Pelicans, yeah. I mean, he's good, but if you got Brandon out and then you got Zion's out again.
That was a good game against the Pelicans the last time, wasn't it? It was a pretty tight game, I remember.
But
didn't they win? Did they win?
I I think we won that. I have to go back and look. But Brandon Ingram, I believe he's injured for sure. Zion's injured.
I remember it was a pretty tough game. That game was.
Yeah, we beat them 128-106 with Brandon Ingram playing, so we bodied them 128-106. So we definitely beat them there. It should be a winnable game. So that one and Houston should be a winnable game. The Wizards is going to be a tough game, but we should win that game. So it's going to be challenging. It's going to be a fight all the way to the end. People say we got an easy schedule. We do not. And we have to stay at least at 5th. So that's the
Pacers. The Pacers always play us well.
Yeah.
We're playing them twice at the end, so it's going to be a good series right there.
And they like playing against us, so that's going to be, especially since Wally Zerbiak was clowning this dude saying wannabe all-star.
Well, bro, I'm about to pull up to the dock.
All right, well, we closing it here, but we appreciate you guys.
We're closing it up.
Any thoughts that you guys have? Salute. Give us a comment, like, subscribe. We want to hear from you guys. We appreciate you guys joining us on the live Friday. See us on Sunday again. We appreciate you guys coming out. We reply to all your comments, whether it's on the comment section or the live. So appreciate you guys. I appreciate my cousin Miguel, my brother New Nicks. Thank you guys for coming out.
Shout out to Papa Smurf.
M Spesh. We appreciate you, my brother.
I appreciate y'all for rocking out with us.
Salute, salute. And to that,
you're going to get your new phone.
Hear this wonderful intro that we
like
got for you guys.
Donate for Philip's new phone.
We need some super chats for Phil. Oh, yo, some super chats. Give us some.
You know
super
what I
chats.
want to do? You know what I want to do? He keeps putting up that new Knicks sign. Can we do the little cutouts, the eyes and the lips? So you can have the little eyes making his lips flapping. Yeah. All right, we gonna. He came back. He heard that. He heard that. Super chat for Phil's phone, bro. At least make the cutouts.
Oh yeah. All right, Mikey, take us out, bro. Right. Salute.
Forms and films in the building. My God, what's good?
And I salute the new Knicks. Let's get it.
Shout out to the new Knicks.
The new Knicks, salute my guy.
The New Knicks, the organic podcast.
Sounds like it's about to go down in here.
Going down.
New York City, NYC, Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. New York City.